The role of a woman in the society is to submit. Birth control are the pills of the devil. Education is so fundamental to the development of a people. Hang murderers. Simple as that. What am I voting for? Voting will change nothing.
Tout le monde haïtien, como ye. God save the Queen.
Freedom March is powered by BTC.
The official opposition Free National Movement this afternoon carried out a small demonstration and a press conference outside the office of the Prime Minister, according to an eyewitness reporter. So we are told that this protest, this press conference comes as a result of triple yet separate murders which occurred between Friday and last night. So that's breaking news. 3 citizens have been murdered over the weekend as the country contemplates what is the solution and what needs to be done. Well, today I shall take a bold and revolutionary position because clearly the politicians are not providing the kind of leadership which is necessary. You would recall, during COVID-19 and during the Hurricane Dorian, I was compelled to call upon then Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Alexander Minnis to lock down the country. Tonight, we need martial law in the Bahamas. We need the acting Prime Minister to declare martial law, suspend the Constitution, and call on the Commissioner of Police to arrest every person that police intelligence shows are either a gang leader, a gangster, a murderer, a robber, a rapist. That is what is needed. We have to shut the island of New Providence down because there is a conspiracy to destroy the Bahamas, its reputation, and its good name. And I'm tired of politician pussyfooting. So that is what the solution is. Just shut it down. The island of New Providence, lock it down, martial law, and arrest. And there's nothing anyone will be able to do if we follow that legal process. And I invite Bahamians everywhere to think about this proposition. There are 2 million murders taking place in the country. This is Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Road is my spiritual advisor. We have to lock the country down. Martial law, and arrest, arrest, arrest. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save King Charles III and the entire royal family. Welcome back to Freedom March. And of course, today happens to be Monday, the 22nd of January, 2024. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor, and I shall go to him for matters that are spiritual. Bradley Roll, welcome to Freedom March.
Thanks so much, Senator. Good to be here. We got to read today. Of course, good afternoon to all those who are tuning in today to us. We appreciate you tuning in. Today, the book of Revelation, chapter 21, 6 through 8. Let me just read this quickly. I'm reading from the New International Version. And John says, he said to me, it is done. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. To the thirsty, I will give water without cost from the spring of the water of life. To those who are victorious will inherit all this, and I will be their God, and they will be my children. But the cowardly, the unbelieving, the vile, the murderers, the sexually immoral, those who practice magic arts, the idolaters, and all liars. They will be consigned to the fiery lake of burning sulfur. This is the second death. Revelation 21, 6 through 8. This is the word of God, and we are thankful to Almighty God for this powerful word. I read from the NIV. Revelation 21, 6 through 8. May the word of God forever and ever be blessed. Back to you, Sandra. Thank you.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor. Let's look at BTC. BTC Fiber Internet is now faster, stronger, and more reliable and available in more and more neighborhoods. Now in 80% of New Providence, Grand Bahama, and counting. BTC Fiber Internet connects you constantly to everything you love at the best price in the Bahamas. Enjoy fiber, internet, phone and TV for just $99.99 plus VAT. Sign up today at btcbahamas.com. BTC's new fiber internet plans come with the same upload and download speeds up to 1 gig. Get fiber internet, phone and TV at an unbeatable price of $99.99 plus VAT. Visit btcbahamas.com to sign up now. And of course, this is powerful. Well, folks, I welcome you back to Freedom March. And of course, this has been a horrible, horrible weekend and a horrible beginning of the week. You will note that Sunday is the first day of the week. Well, Friday, we ended by having a murder on Friday. And then, of course, on Sunday morning, there was another murder in the where was it? Pinewood Gardens subdivision.
Walnut Street, I think.
Walnut Street. So there was a murder there. And then later in the evening, at the corner of South Street and Hospital Lane, near the government compound, near where the government has apartments that the poor Negro citizens live therein. So there was another shooting there. So we have seen where you can now say that we have had about 3 shootings. And this matter, notwithstanding what the police tell you that, oh, this is isolated, oh, this is domestic. These people had intended to kill just one another. So members of the public need not be concerned. But that is very contradictory. Let's look at the contradiction, because I'm very disturbed that the chief superintendent of police, Mrs. Skipping, is suggesting that there need not be any fear because this is really tit for tat. But let's take Mrs. Skipping along Robertson Road, where a vehicle ambushed a Negro man and a woman and executed them. But in the process, a 7-year-old Negro lad who was not connected in any way, he received injuries. So yeah, you may say that he was not an intended target. He should not have been shot, but he was injured. And there was another child that was injured. And we've seen that many of our murderers are bad shooters. I'll tell you something that most citizens are not aware of. And I'll tell you a secret. We had a shooting the other day where 2 Negro gunmen lick off about 50 rounds. And in the 50 rounds, only 1, possibly 2 bullets hit the intended target. So what happened to the other 48 bullets? What happened to the other 48 bullets? As it affected homes and other businesses in that community, where, had it not been for the grace of God, citizens could have been killed. So the murders that are taking place I take no comfort in the Royal Bahamas Police Force telling me that this is tit for tat. By and large, the society is safe. The society is not safe. At least that is the perception. It's frightening. Something needs to be done. And the citizen has a right to complain and a right to protest and demand that the government does something to arrest this increase in murders. It's a very serious matter. Let us examine the governing Progressive Liberal Party. Never in the history of the PLP have you seen an administration where it is doing everything. Economically, the country is doing well. In terms of the creation of jobs, the country is doing well. In terms of honesty in government, no corruption, the PLP is doing very, very well. But there is a sore thumb, and that sore thumb is murder. That's the sore thumb that stick out from the PLP hand, and therefore the PLP must deal with it. And if the PLP is reluctant to deal with it, the citizens must demand it of its government. And so, as Pindling would have said many, many years ago, that once again we may have to step on that rocky Burma road and march. That is what is needed. The PLP must, and I publicly call on Acting Prime Minister Chester Cooper to do what? That he should move and declare a state of emergency, martial law, and lock the island of New Providence down and arrest, because the police has its intelligence. They know who is bad, they know who is good, they know who the murder suspects are, they know who the rapists are, and arrest them. And under martial law, the arrest will be lawful, it will be constitutional, and not a person could do or say anything. Martial law is needed. You never heard that one before, eh? Martial law. Let's lock down the island of New Providence and let's start mass arrest and mass patrol. That's the way you deal with this matter, because it's scary and it must be addressed. So once again, I invite Bahamians to get ready to do what Pindling said, that we may have to step on that rocky Burma road. And if you step on the rocky Burma road, you must go all the way. And that is the solution. We're going to develop it up over the next couple of days, because it's important that the country, there is a conspiracy taking place in the Bahamas. There's a conspiracy which is taking place. It is designed to do what? To damage the name and the reputation of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. There is a conspiracy, and we must take on the conspirators and defeat them. And the conspirators are using young citizens who are doing up a bunch of nonsense. And we, as the men of the country, we must take them on. And we take them on by using the rule of law. Martial law! Martial law! Suspend the Constitution and arrest! That is what is needed. And spiritual advisor.
So who has the power to suspend the Constitution?
The government. The government, either.
How do they go about doing that?
Well, a part of the process, without me looking at the law, but saying it to you instinctively, would be for the acting Prime Minister to advise the Governor General. And once that is done, it is suspended. The Commissioner of Police, the Commodore of the Defense Force, they will be the persons to ensure that the laws are carried out. And all that is needed then is for the police to move swiftly and without listening to people talking about the Constitution and arrest those who are suspected. So they don't need a magistrate or a justice of the peace to sign any warrant of arrest or warrant of search. If they believe that I have the gun, they can come to my house, arrest me, and search. That is what is needed. Since nobody seems to have the solution, I remain political, notwithstanding that I may be calm and quiet. The solution is to suspend the Constitution and declare martial law. All right? And then kick these pistol young men in their backside if they're not prepared to surrender. That is the solution, my spiritual advisor.
So then how do you prosecute those who would have been found in possession of illegal guns, drugs, firearms, whatever have you? How do you prosecute them under martial law?
Well, under martial law, there would be no need to prosecute them at that point.
So how?
You hold them in custody. You don't need to bring any charges at that point. And at some point, the director of legal services or the director of public prosecution, perhaps in consultation with the attorney general, will determine when there ought to be prosecution. But they can be held in custody without charges.
So, once you declare martial law, would it be illegal to execute judgment on them under martial law? And that's it?
When you say illegal to execute judgment, I'm not clear.
Under martial law, like once the government declares martial law and you suspect that a house is a drug house.
Yes.
All right, and you kick the doors down.
Yes.
And you go inside and you find drugs and people.
Yes.
Can the commissioner of police or whoever has the authority say, listen, you're getting 15 years in jail?
No. He doesn't send you to prison. He arrests you, take you into custody.
Okay.
Your rights have been suspended, and you are held in custody until such time as one or two things happen. Martial laws are lifted, and or if you were to be brought before a court, and a court grants you bail subsequently. But the point that I make is, under martial law, there is no need for a court. There's no need for court order. You have a state of emergency taking place because of the level of gangsterism taking place in the society, the level of murders taking place, the level of terrorism taking place. Martial law, because the reputation of the Bahamas is being destroyed, and there are co-conspirators against us, inside and outside, collaborating for the political destabilization of the Bahamas. That is what is needed. And I call now once again on the acting Prime Minister Chester Cooper to have a state of emergency declare and reconvene the Parliament within the next 7 days. Now, I want Bahamians to recognize, you would recall, during Dorian, during COVID, I had to push Dr. Minnis to declare a state of emergency. I'm now going to invite members of the public that we need to march and call on the PLP to declare a state of emergency. Something is fundamentally wrong. And then when the state of emergency is declared and the Parliament is convened, we move an act of Parliament getting rid of the Privy Council. That is what the answer is. And you will find that there's no Negro politician in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas who has offered to you the solution that I have offered. Remember, I consistently told this country that God has already told us how to deal with murderers. So when they went to Bay Street to pray, they went to mock God. Because if God tells you that any man who shed man's blood, by man should his blood be shed, and you go to Bay Street to ask God to intervene when he has told you what the solution is, you're mocking God, and God is not mocked. God is not mocked. That is the solution. The question now is, what are members of the public prepared to do? It's too much murders. It's too much. And the murders must be ended. And the only way we can end it is through martial law, giving the police and the defense force absolute authority to stamp it out. Think about it, folks. It's too much murder. Woman, a whole woman was killed last night in Bainstown. A whole woman was murdered. And I don't think she could have committed any sin that deserved her being slaughtered like a sow hog. Like a sow hog. I don't think so. All right? So it has to be done. It's affecting all of us. It's not good for our psyche. It's not good for our mental health. This is Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monka. The solution, a state of emergency, martial law, boots on the ground, the police and the defense force get the authority to arrest and hold. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save King Charles III. Be right back. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monka. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. And over the weekend, he and I caucused and reflected over the cruelty involving these murders and the fact that something has to be done. And it appears that politicians are unwilling to deal with the issue. And so it is the citizens who must make the demand. And I want the Progressive Liberal Party to take note that since it got elected, its record has been superb, save that of that sore thumb, crime and murder. And we have to just chop it off and deal with it. Any comments at this point, my spiritual advisor?
That's not, I mean, and while we're looking at that, the harsh reality about what is going on, there's a very small, and we always talk about this, very small segment, very small part of the society that, you know, has some very deep social issues. And then what about the unchurched? There's a grouping in our society that's not interested in any sort of religious reform or being associated or part of, you know, the church. And case in point, a lot of Sunday mornings, if you're looking and you pass the various parks that are set up in the communities, and that's fine. I mean, you love parks, you know, and the activities, the basketball playing, the swings, and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But, you know, on a Sunday morning, like how I grew up, we were taught that Sunday morning was a time that was set apart, set aside to go and meet with the church. You go to church on Sunday morning, and coming from the pulpit was some, you know, some teachings about morality and, you know, how you're to conduct yourself as a young child, and you get into the Bible stories, and, you know, you try to remember certain verses from the Bible. They give a portion that's called memory verse. You got to get up and you got to repeat, you know, a verse from the Bible. That did good for a lot of folks. The generation that talks about that are the least troublesome ones. But we have a very younger generation now that just don't seem to have no fear of God. They have no regard for human life. They have no regard for their society. They have no consideration for those they live among. They're not checking for anything moral. They're very poorly socialized. They have no respect for their parents, no regard for authority. And you'd be like, okay, so now how do you correct this now? Because it's just almost at a state of disrepair. You know, what do you do? How do you get these people to refocus? How do you get them to understand that you can't live this way. And see, that's one of the reasons why when God instituted capital punishment among his people, you know what the end game was? God said, listen, you have to purge the evil from among you. That's the end game. You have to purge. God wanted to set up a people who was willing to live a particular standard in society so that everyone can feel safe and live in unison and harmony. But when the evil person raises his head or raises a knife and kills the other person, God said, listen, you got to take him out too. Because if you leave him, he's going to get comfortable. And that's one person that he decides to kill, and then it's going to be a next person, and then before you know it, a little leaven will unleaven the whole lump. Or will leaven the whole lump, sorry. You see what I'm saying? So that's the issue. You know, we need to find a way to get these people socialized. How do you, and for the most part, Sandra, these are adults, and that's just a sad thing about it. Yeah, I did correct myself. A little leaven will leaven the whole lump. Unleavened is pure. Leaven is a comparison to sin. Yeah, but Sandra, for the most part, these are adults. These are people who have children that they have to, after they finish with their barroom brawl, that they go home to. I was in a food store the other day, and you know, this young lady, came to pick up a few items, and the child did something that was not right, and the child had to be corrected. But while correcting the child, you know, all the F words was flying, and I'd be like, okay, I understand correcting the child, but then it's like you compound the situation because the child is hearing you saying all this effing stuff, and that's how they pick these things up. So, you know, this is how it starts. You know, we're not morally sound.
Therefore,
so it causes an issue.
In the interests of national stability, see, there's something we have to focus on. The murders are too much. The police has its intelligence. The police need superpowers. The only superpowers that we can give the Commissioner of Police and officers of the Royal Bahamas Police Force is martial law. It is simple as that. Under martial law, the police can arrest anyone that they have reason to suspect are involved in any level of crime and hold them in custody. That's the answer. We can't be living in this society where every other fortnight some citizen is executed. And then our answer is to discuss scriptures that nobody listened to. You examine the Christian Council and there's major confusion among them.
Right.
Notwithstanding that they have the Bible. The Bible is the culture of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. They have refused to be guided. I believe in God, but I don't believe in hanging. Therein lies your problem.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you being emotional? Why are you trying to change laws and traditions that are older than you? I'm certain that there's no Bahamian who's 120 years old. But people have come along and they say, we want to change hanging. And hanging has existed in our laws for over 200, perhaps 300 years, 400 years. And there is a reason for the death penalty. And we're not carrying it out, and we are mocking God in Rawson Square. And I'm going to tell the Bahamian people something. In Rawson Square are a lot of rats. R-A-T-S, rats. So while they went to Rawson Square to pray, the rats eat their prayer. Because nobody is sincere about what God has told us. Any man who shed man's blood, any man who murders a man, by man should he be executed. These are fundamental laws that existed throughout the ages. Those of us who ain't 80 good, ain't 90 good, ain't 100 good, we won't change that. So your country is destabilized. And then there is a level of international Nazism. These are the people who are jealous over the stability of this beautiful black country. Think about it. The Commonwealth of the Bahamas. We are the richest in the Caribbean. If you examine what they tell you, the standard of living in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas is better among the people of the Caribbean. So God has been very, very good to us. And there are people all around the world who are jealous. They look at the stability of the Bahamas. They look at the blessing of our economy. And they are jealous and they wonder, how can we undermine that society? So we see the undermining by the importation of illegal weapons that we hardly can explain how it get into the country, who brought it into the country, and who got it. So it's a major conspiracy. You may not believe it. It's a major conspiracy. You come to the Commonwealth of the Bahamas and you find all these Negroes. Some of the best homes, best economic opportunities, nice car, good clothes, children going to good government school and going to good private school. And they look and say, man, this country is good. Let's undermine it. And we see a part of the undermining in terms of the Privy Council. And there's a secret, you know, that most of you have forgotten. Many of these nations, some of the most senior leaders, were Nazis, were Gestapos. They killed 6 million Jews. They killed many, many gypsy and many, many poor people during World War I and II. So these are people who are Nazi, and they undermine your society by telling you, oh no, don't hang. So you listen to them thinking that they mean you well, and your people continue to commit murder. Now, one politician said, well, we ain't got to worry about the tourism. I want that Negro to know that one day, a man being pursued by a gunman could possibly run downtown, could possibly run to the straw market, could possibly run to where they're welcoming all them cruise ships. And I just give you the story of a gunman who fired 50 shots and only 2 hit the target, and the 48 just scattered about. So what is going to happen when it affects your tourism? So why not kill it in the bud before that happens? Why are you going to wait for the escalation to reach Paradise Island, to reach Cable Beach? Why? Then when the goods are damaged, when the reputation is damaged, you would be just like Haiti, a failed state. That is what we are heading to, because we will not hang. We will not hang. And the citizenry must demand it. So you must organize and march to the government. Every Bahamian. We must march to the government and demand that the government hang the murderers. It's simple as that. We must march to the government and demand martial law. And we put the Commissioner of Police and the Commodore of the Defense Force in charge with the powers to arrest and seize and hold people in custody. That is the only thing that is missing. So the police have the best trucks, some beautiful trucks. I've been to police headquarters. They showed it to me. Oh, I love those trucks. Wonderful cars, beautiful telecommunication, all kind of technology. But we are not nipping the murderers in the bud. So what else is missing? What isn't missing? Let me give you a parable. One day I went to see Dr. Dwayne Sands. He gave me 6 pills. 5 taste good and 1 taste bad. And when I complained, he said, just take the 6th one. You got to take all. You got to take all if you want to feel good. So in this fight against murders, in this fight against crime, you need every aspect on this attack. And what is missing? Martial law. That is what is missing. You lock the country down and you arrest. That's the answer. Watch how I give the country the answer. That's the answer. We got all the car, we got all the truck, we got all the technology, we have new recruits, we got nice gun, we got everything other than martial law. That is what is needed. Martial law. You lock the country down and you arrest every Negro that you suspect. That's it. That's it. Now, the good thing about martial law is when it ends, if you felt that it wasn't right, you can go to court and challenge it. But while martial law exists, every man has to adhere to the rule, to the law, and we'll solve the murders. We will knit it. You heard the solution? I'm going to show up today and call it the Monka solution. Martial law. Martial law. Martial law. Close New Providence down and arrest and search and block the streets and block the highway. That's the solution. Martial law. That's how it's done. And I want Bahamians to understand that if you love the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, martial law is needed. Who is willing to march to the government and demand martial law? Martial law. That's it. Just lock up and search. We just search left, right, and center. Everybody be searching. All right? Just search. That's it. It's martial law. Martial law. Martial law. And let's lock this country down, this island down. That's it.
Right, because the island of New Providence is where the issue is now. So if you're going to look at martial law, are you suggesting a certain time, like from 6 p.m. until 6 a.m.?
That is an option.
Yeah, or from 9 p.m. to 6 p.m.
That's an option.
Because, you know, when you look at, if you study the last, was it 13 murders? What do we have, 13, 14 maybe?
But it's 17.
17, wow. Oh, wow, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
17 in 1 month.
17.
All right, so if you look at the 17 murders and you examine the spots where these murders may have taken place, so you create a zone. You create a zone. And what you do with that zone, you split it in 4. Split the whole zone in 4 as you look about the murders and how, where they took place. And the police officers create a zone. They get the whole map of New Providence and they create a zone for these areas, and you split in 4. And you set up command centers, and like you say, if you introduce martial law, you're going to have roadblocks. And so what you do is I'm thinking you're looking at restricting movement.
Yes.
Over a certain period of time.
Once you have martial law, you restrict movement.
Now,
you're confined to your place of abode.
Right. And so we're looking at some hours, like between, I don't know, maybe 9 to 5.
The police would know the time that we have had gun violence. So, depending on what if the commissioner concludes that murders are taking place between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m. Then we lock the place down between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m. and move to seize suspects.
Right, from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay. You say from 6 p.m. to some 6, yeah. So
Fixed
for 10,
to that.
yeah, so from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
That's one option.
All right, yeah. I mean, it is an option.
Or
But could lawyers challenge that, though?
they cannot challenge it until it ends.
Okay.
Okay? No court will entertain them doing martial law because there's a state of emergency
Right.
and the state is in crisis.
Right. So that's what I wanted to ask the question. Is there a difference between martial law and a state of emergency? And there are separate rules for either of them. What is a state of emergency? What determines if the state is in an emergency?
Well, in fairness to you, I have not examined
Okay.
the law, but technically a state of emergency is almost similar to martial law, save that I suggest that during martial law, the police can just show up and arrest and search. So if the police has intelligence that I have in my house a big gun, they don't need to go to a justice of the peace
You had a search warrant.
for a search warrant. They just show up, identify themselves, and tell them that under martial law, we are empowered to search your house. We are empowered to arrest you. We are empowered to take you into lawful custody and protection. This is the only way we are going to nip this escalation. It's martial law. All right? It's martial law. That is what is needed. If we do not have martial law, we're going to see a deterioration in our society, and then the reputation, the international reputation of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas will be tremendously damaged. And we will be like Haiti. Because if you listen to what we are being told, it's the gang, they say. It's the gang. Well, by damn, arrest them. Arrest them. I've been up to His Majesty's prison the other day, and they got acres of land that the gangs could be taken to and camp out there until such time as we take the island into control or under control. So that is what's needed. Folks, martial law. Martial law. Our reputation is being damaged. It's only a matter of time before the international community focuses on this little beautiful nation that has all these murders taking place. It's only a matter. And notwithstanding that we say that the tourists go to a part of New Providence and Paradise Island where it is safe. Take it from me. There is an international conspiracy. Somebody is conspiring to damage us. There is a conspiracy. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I'm surprised that we've had 17 murders in the month of January, and I haven't seen or heard of any advisories being issued against the country so far. I find it to be very, very interesting because I'm thinking as a tourist destination and with the murder rate that we have now, obviously it does send a very negative message to the international community about the crime that's going on in the country, and I don't know, it would appear as if that it is a concern. But I hope I'm not preempting or jumping the gun, but no, I haven't seen or heard of any advisories being issued against the country. That's interesting. Let's see what happens.
Well, even when
the
there are no advisories, the world is small. There are people who are blogging. There are all kinds of online stories that are being written. News broadcasting is very easy. So you're living in a world where people know precisely what is taking place in your country. and they might be receiving reports on murders, rapes, armed robberies, perhaps at the same time as you are. So it's spreading. The reputation doesn't look good, and it's not good for the PLP image because the PLP has done such a wonderful job. It has avoided corruption. It has avoided scandal.
No, not totally. I mean,
It's been doing a good job. If you know of a scandal that PLP has been in, you could confess it in a few seconds.
no.
But say
don't say that they're
uh,
perfect without scandal.
Assault, which is murder. What scandal are you
I
aware of?
don't, Santa. We've had numerous discussions about some things that's been
Mr.
taking
Supervisor,
place.
if you're going to
You know,
split here
the government
on
had
this
to
issue,
shift some.
then if you
shift
say,
some portfolios to
if
some
you
people.
counter me when I say there's been no scandal, and you suggest that there is, then I'm going to ask you to tell me what it is. But we leave that alone.
Yeah, let's focus
as
on the
long as you
crime.
Stop suggesting otherwise.
Let's
So the
focus on-
crime is the problem, okay? So Friday, shoot a man. Sunday, they shot a man. Last night, they blast a woman. Now here in the Bahamas, we have many NGOs. These are pro-women groups. But no one has said anything. No one has condemned the fact that a woman, along with 2 other men, have been murdered. No one. So it's a very sad, sad day. And prayer without work is no good. People, it's time to march. God is not going to hear your prayer. Do you think God will hear the prayer of people who are not saved? Do you think God will hear the prayer of people who are not sanctified? Do you believe God will hear the prayer of those who don't want to execute convicted murderers? Lord, hear our prayers. Change our hearts that we may carry out capital punishment in the Bahamas and lock these monsters down. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save our blessed sovereign, King Charles III. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. And of course, it's birthday time, Bradley.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you going to lead the way?
Yeah, so let's
Go ahead.
oh, you want to go first? You want to get?
You go first.
All right, so let's wish these folks a happy birthday. Those who are celebrating or may have celebrated on the weekend or celebrating today. Who do we have first? Now, my phone is acting kind of slow, so it's going to be a little strange. Yeah. All right. So let's see. We're going to do a happy birthday. Oh man, I'm so sorry. I was supposed to buy a new phone, but I didn't get a chance to do it. Happy birthday wishes goes to Sister Sheila Capron. She's celebrating her birthday today. Okay, sorry. Sandra, we're not ready. Go ahead.
Oh, we're not? Okay.
Yeah, you need some time? Go ahead then. Take your time.
Well, I'll do a shout out.
Yeah, do your shout out. Yeah.
Okay. I met 2 wonderful Negro citizens in what corner was it? In the area of McCartney Pharmacy through the Wilson Track community. And I want to shout them out because they were excited to see me, and I too was excited to see them. So I want to shout out Armand Tracy Bastian. Armand Tracy Bastian, he's one of the people there. And then, of course, his cousin, and his cousin is Edward Colby D'Angelo Seymour. So these were 2 wonderful citizens that I met today in the community. So I thought I should shout them out because, yeah. And then, of course, they wanted me to shout out one of their cousins, and that seems to be Dwight, okay? Dwight, Dwight Bastian, okay? So, men, I have shouted you out, and I was impressed that you have declared that you love the show, okay? I think you all are two good citizens, and please continue to be good citizens, and this is powerful. How we coming?
All right, so the first person, wow, interesting. This is my dad. My father's birthday is today.
Really?
Yeah, this is my father.
Okay.
My father is 82 today.
Really?
Yeah, so
Okay.
happy birthday to my dad.
This is Bishop.
Salatiel Roll.
Okay.
Salatiel, actually.
Okay.
Happy birthday to Salatiel Roll. It's unfortunate he probably would not appreciate this, but listen, understand that we still love you. And I'll be praying to God for your healing and recovery. So while you do that, we want to wish you a happy birthday. This birthday wish, of course, is coming from your wife. That's your faithful, loving wife of 62 years.
Wow.
This year makes 63 years they've been married.
Really?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, my parents' anniversary is the day before my birthday, which is February the 24th.
Okay.
And my birthday is February the 25th. So happy birthday to my dad. It's coming from your lovely wife, Minnie Roll, your eldest daughter, Myrtlin, your oldest son, Bradley, and of course your other children. You have Keva, Monique, Desmond, Rochelle, and the youngest brother, Martin, all the grandchildren, all of your church members, of course, all of your nephews and nieces, because my father is the last man standing.
Really?
Yeah, all of his brothers and sisters have passed on.
Okay.
And so happy 82nd birthday to my dad. It's coming from the entire Roll family, everybody up in Rollville, especially the Williams and the McKenzies and the McVeys, the Rolls, all of them. Happy birthday to you. May God continue to bless you, and may He continue to be with you at this time. At this time, may God be with you, no doubt. Happy birthday, Dad. All the best. All right, so who do we have next? Let's see. We want to wish this beautiful young lady a happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. It's coming from all your entire family, all your family, friends, loved ones, those who love you. I didn't get a name for you.
You didn't get a name for her?
But happy birthday to you, my friend. And may God continue to bless you, and we hope you live to enjoy many, many more.
Okay.
Who's next, Madam Dozer? Yes, Miss Capron, Sister Sheila Capron is celebrating her birthday today. This birthday greeting, of course, is coming from the Church of Christ here in the Bahamas, and of course your entire family. Happy birthday to you. May God continue to bless you. Enjoy your birthday. Alrighty.
And then, of course, there is a happy birthday to read it out. I can't make that out. Happy birthday to who?
Sharice Major is coming from her husband, her kids, and all the rest of the family. Your niece, Adama, we love you and want you to enjoy your special day. So happy birthday to Sharice Major. And that's your shout out,
Did you show, next one, did you show Sharice's picture?
Okay, so. All right, so then there's the next happy birthday going out to Andy. Andy is celebrating his birthday, and it's coming from his parents, his sisters and brothers, nieces and nephews, his daughter, and the rest of the family. Your best friend in Harbour Island. Also, they want you to enjoy this special day, and they send their love to you. That's Andy. Andy. Did you forward this stuff to the producer?
My spiritual advisor. I'm not you, you know. I'm a very efficient man.
Okay. Well, let's see how efficient you are.
Did you put up these people from Harbour Island? Because yeah.
All right, no problem.
Did you do three? It's three of them.
There's three of them? Okay, so we did one.
Yeah.
Andy is the second one. Okay, let's see who's the third person here.
Okay.
Alrighty. And the third person is happy belated birthday to Gainell Bain Williams. It's coming from a husband and kids, especially a friend, Adama, over in Harbour Island. They love you and they want you to enjoy your birthday. That's belated birthday shout out to Gainell Bain. All right.
Did you put up the third person?
No, sir.
Okay.
All right. So, who do we have next, Mr. Producer?
Who's this person?
Okay, yeah, so this is another person here. Happy birthday, young lady. Let's see. Let's see. Now, I didn't get a name for her either. Oh, from Friday? All right, listen, I'm so sorry. Forgive me. You know, happy birthday. Enjoy your birthday. Belated birthday. We hope you had a good time on the weekend. And, of course, we hope you live to enjoy many, many more. Yes, that was supposed to be sent on Friday. So happy birthday, my friend. God bless you. Enjoy. We hope you enjoy. All right. And yeah, all these folks are from the weekend. So happy birthday to you. May God continue to bless you, keep you. And, of course, we hope you live to enjoy many, many more. And then there's another one as well, right? Yep. Happy birthday. Enjoy. Yes. Happy belated birthday to you as well. Huh? Okay. I don't have the reading for them. But anyhow, happy birthday to all of you. The photos we're sending now, listen, happy birthday. We hope you enjoyed your birthday. You're 1 year older. Continue to enjoy. And, of course, blessings and greetings. We hope you enjoy many, many more to come. And, of course, we got a birthday shout-out to Mother, Mrs. Telma Dill. It's coming from their children, Deborah, Sonia, Genevieve, Sheila, David, Prince, Samuel Jr., and Jermaine, sorry. And blessings, health, strength, and many more birthdays to come. So happy birthday to our beautiful mother, Miss Telma Dill.
Happy birthday, Mrs. Telma Dill.
And
I haven't seen you in a long time.
All right, so we also send a birthday shout out to my big sister. Special day is Saturday, the 20th of September. Yes, we already did those. Yes, 3 beautiful daughters. Yeah, that's it right there. We showed Nadel, Roll, Jules, and Jillian and Auntie Portia. Yes, Mom and Ophelia Knowles. Yes, the 4 brothers sending these birthday greetings to you and everyone in the straw market. You understand? She's one of the women there. Her name is what? Marvet Clark. All right, so we also like to send a special birthday shout out to Miss Peyton Bain, coming in from her gorgeous and vibrant mother, Miss Portia Clark. Her special day was on Sunday. Yes, this is coming from everyone who loves her. She is simply the best. She lives. We hope she lives to see many, many more. XOXOXO, mommy. All right. Let's see. What else do we have here? Now, she has received, Senator, this lady, I think she's the newest Justice of the Peace. I think she is...
Is she the chair lady of the Progressive Liberal
that
Party?
is her. Do you know her name?
She is a Claire, but I thought...
Oh, yes. Miss Patricia A. Claire of New Providence is of one of the islands of the Commonwealth of Bahamas, was on the 19th of January, 2024 AD, sworn in as Justice of the Peace for the Commonwealth of the Bahamas by Roberto Reckley, Chief Magistrate or Acting Chief Magistrate. All right, so we congratulate you on achieving that certificate.
Yeah, Patricia
right,
Claire, a wonderful Negro lady.
All right.
Yeah,
she is the Women's Branch Chair and the newest Justice of the Peace. So congratulations to Miss Patricia Claire. Pardon me? Okay. All right. Give me those 3 people that you have. Let's do them all over again. If you can open it. While he's doing that, the message of goodwill, the flyer, the last one. Do you see that? Okay. Okay, no problem.
Okay, here you are.
No problem.
Here we go.
Okay, so that's Andy. Yeah, so we want to wish Andy a happy birthday. Coming from your parents, your sister and brother, nieces and nephews, also your daughter and the rest of the family. It's coming from your best friend in Harbour Island. So that's happy birthday to Andy. And then the other 2 ladies, then we want to send a happy birthday shout out to this lady here. Her name is Gaynell Bain Williams. Yes, that's Gaynell Bain Williams from Harbour Island. coming from your husband and kids, especially your friend Adama. They love you and they wish you many more happy birthdays to come. And then the last one is this lady here. Yeah, her name is let's see, Sharice Major. Happy birthday goes out to Sharice Major. It's coming from your husband, your kids, and also the rest of the family. Your niece Adama. They love you and they want you to enjoy your special date. All right, let me see if we have any more birthdays. Happy birthday shout out to Mom Mary and her twin sister Martha. They were 66 yesterday. Okay. All right, happy birthday, Mary and her twin sister Martha. Yes, okay, so this is a message of goodwill. The annual house will the community. Let me see if I could. Let me see if I can find this very quickly. Where are we now? Okay, here we go. All right, so the annual Whosoever Will community give back. Food, drinks, desserts, groceries, prize and surprise, music, and more. Kitty's Corner. Bring the kids, lots of toys, and give away. Come all. January the 27th, 2024, from 3 to 7 p.m. at number 62 Alexandria Boulevard, Miss Rose residence, next to B&W store. So this is an annual Whosoever Will. Give community, give back. Very generous indeed. All right, so come on down and have a good time on January the 27th, 2024, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., number 62 Alexandria Boulevard, Mrs. Rose residence, all right, next to B&W food store. Somebody's calling me while I'm on the show. Why do you do this to me, people? You're wasting our film. We're live. And it's too late to do this. Anyhow, I'll try. Let's see if I could do it for you. You have a telephone call there, Senator.
Yeah. So
let's see.
With these birthdays?
Listen, this person that sent this birthday request, we're going to send it in. Let's see what the producer says.
You have to tell the people.
Yes, you have to send these in at a certain time.
You're holding up the show now.
Okay, go ahead, Sandra. The show's yours.
Okay.
Mr. Producer, we'll do that later at some point during the day. Okay, thank you.
So, welcome back to Freedom March. Well, in addition to the 3 tragic murders which occurred between Friday and the first day of the week, which is Sunday, there was also a traffic fatality on the airport road involving a Negro man who apparently was riding a motorbike. And unfortunately, something went wrong and he died. So it is a clear indication that we have to continue to remind members of the public, particularly the young men, that they have to be very, very careful as they use the road, because an accident can occur and the life you lose could very well be your own.
And hold it for there a second. And listen, condolences to the family. This young man lost his life on this motorcycle. It's unfortunate. And I too, more than anybody else who ride motorcycles now, I understand the danger of motorcycles, because I've ridden motorcycles for 17 years. All right, and I had over 50 motorcycles in my lifetime. But listen, right now, this little New Providence Island is plagued with a menace. And that's these small little scooters, not this big motorcycle here. There's some little scooters that go darting in and out of traffic. These young men are prancing and doing a bunch of nonsense on these small little 125 and these 50 scooters that, I don't know, no license plates are on them. The young men they don't wear any helmets. And they are all over the inner city, especially that Centerville area and the East Street area, the Wolf Road area, all right? And East, like I did mention East Street, the Pinewood area. These young men on these motorcycles, they are a menace, a complete menace to society. the way they dart these motorcycles in and out of traffic, no respect for oncoming traffic or traffic that they encounter, whether they're riding side by side. They create a third lane. They're prancing. And you just need one mistake between the gas throttle, while you're mastering the art of the gas throttle and the brake. You just need one mistake, and you can either come over and just create problems for yourself, or cause problems for the motorists that are behind you or facing you. You could lose your control and run smack into another car and go through the windshield. You know, I wonder what road traffic is doing with these bunch of motorcycles that are just a complete menace, especially during the early morning hours in the morning. You know, they just have no regard, no respect for people who use the road, like the road belongs to them. I think the police force need to start with this. All right, crack down on these young men who ride in these small little scooters, man, doing a bunch of nonsense on the road, man, and creating havoc. It's just so ridiculous. The wheelies and the prancing that they do in and out of traffic is unbelievable. I mean, create traffic laws. If you're caught prancing a motorcycle, that's a $1,000 fine. If you ride without a helmet, that's a $250 fine. These motorcycles are not licensed. There's no license plate, no inspection. Come on, man. These are some of the things that we got to start with first if we want to create a better society. I just thought I'd just drop that in there for a second, Sandra.
Well, thank you, my spiritual advisor. But
Absolutely.
that was the accident that occurred. When did it occur?
Was it on Sunday?
Perhaps it was.
Saturday?
Yeah.
So, on Sunday is normally a day that the guys get together to ride their motorcycles. I can tell you exactly which day it was, but it's unfortunate that he lost his life.
All right.
That's one of the things that caused me to ease up of riding motorcycles, because there was a time when, during the year, when there's so many young men losing their lives on the big bikes, and I just decided to give it up and, you know, move on from it, you know. But be careful, young man. 2 wheels is no joke, especially with the streets that we have now with so many cars on the roads. You have to be extremely careful when you ride these motorcycles. All right, Sandra, back to you.
Well, my spiritual advisor, I started the show by calling for the implementation of martial law and calling on Bahamian citizens to get ready to demand of the governing Progressive Liberal Party that it should lock down the society, give the police martial law powers, where they can just search and arrest and seize because they have sufficient intelligence. Last night on the corner of South Street and Hospital Lane, where it is reported that that Negro lady, who they now say lives in the southwestern part of the island of New Providence, somewhere off Carmichael Road. Apparently when she was shot and the police pick up on the sounds of the shot, they got there quick enough to see a vehicle departing. And of course, they pursued that vehicle, and it is speculated that when the vehicle got on Ponciana Drive, it disappeared. Now, I don't know when last you have driven along Ponciana Drive, right opposite the University of the Bahamas. There is a carpet of plants, bushes, trees. It's almost like a roof covering. There is no light in that area. And if you're driving from west, heading east along Ponciana Drive, you will be shocked to see how dark that area is. And I'm not sure why BPL has not installed lights or turned them on. Only now for the police to report that the car disappeared. So the suspected murderers, a man that they describe as a Negro with a long gun and another Negro man with a handgun, they were successful in carrying out their execution upon this woman. and escaping into the darkness. So we need to ensure that the lights are turned on. So that is one of the means by which we perhaps can bring pressure in this fight against crime. But, there's this big but, martial law will help to put a major dent, because there is a conspiracy against the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Depending on the circumstances tomorrow, I may name some of the conspirators, because we are now satisfied there is a conspiracy against the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and we must take on the conspirators, those inside the country and those who are outside the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. You will hear the strangest things from me. You will hear this nowhere on the island of New Providence. For the Negro people are not thinking, and they're not observing, and they're not making righteous political demands. I think it's powerful. My spiritual advisor, do you have a specific topic that we are overlooking?
Yeah, well, we only have maybe 4 minutes in this segment.
We'll
right?
talk
Well, let's go back to
Yeah.
the crime issue, right? Now, Sandra, I don't know about you, but when I was growing up in the Camp Road area, right? And I guess you can understand that the police is not going to be able to tell when you made up in your mind that you're going to commit a murder. But we know that there are feuds on this. Wow. Okay, sorry, I thought we had 5 minutes. Okay.
This
I was
is
wrong.
for the match.
Okay.
Bradley Roll is my spiritual
Come on.
advisor. My name is Rodney Monka. Martial law will solve this problem. We got all the equipment the police need, save that of martial law. Give it to the commissioner, give it to the commodore, and let them lock up and search. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monka. My spiritual advisor tells me he has more birthdays. Bradley Roll?
Yeah, this is just one last birthday that they're accusing. All right, so we want to wish this beautiful young lady happy birthday. Happy birthday to Monique Moss from the sisters. They love you. I think they said it was sorry, sent on Friday, forgive us. But happy birthday to Monique Moss, coming from your sisters and your family and all those who love you. We hope you had a beautiful, wonderful birthday. Continue to enjoy, and we hope you live to enjoy many, many more. Okay, so happy birthday to Monique Moss.
Well,
we're at the calling segment now.
all right, go ahead, my spiritual advisor.
All right, so we're going to open the lines. We got about 25 minutes to entertain some calls. I know it's the crime that's an issue. So you can call us. The numbers are called 323-7775, 698-0775, and 698-0776. You know, along with, before we take calls, it'll be good to hear some immediate suggestions about what are we going to suggest to the government how to deal with this crime. It's the immediate, the very, very short term. And of course, the long term would be like the Minister of National Security suggested, trying to see if those cases can reach to the reach the courts, and if the murder, the death warrant is issued. If a person is guilty of murder, what happens next?
Well, if a person is guilty of murder,
If found guilty of murder, then what happens?
they go to court, and the court sentence them to
death.
No, they don't sentence you to death.
Okay.
They either pass a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years sentence on you.
Oh, okay.
They don't say.
So how do you get them to sentence you to death?
There is an impediment
Oh, that's
that needs to be moved.
Okay.
On the legal eagles
Difficult?
of the island. They know what it is, but they're not doing it.
Okay. All right. So give us some suggestions, and then of course the Senator spoke about martial law. How do you feel about martial law and curfew? 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775 and 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March. Call. You're live.
Hello.
You're live, caller. Go ahead.
Mr. Munga,
So,
Mr. Roll,
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I with Mr. Monk with this, take what he's saying, law. I with him 100% with martial law.
Which island are you on?
I'm here in the Bahamas,
Which island are you on?
Nassau, Bahamas.
You're in New Providence. Okay. All
No
right.
Providence, yeah, that's what I
Okay.
really sorry
Okay.
for that.
Okay.
I'm trying to really, I agree with him 100%.
Okay.
One of the, you know when they had that church thing on Monday on Rockville Square?
Yes.
I listened to that, I observed that and everything. And you know, that Tuesday, I told a lady that all of the Christian Council, all of them are not on one turn. On one accord.
Right.
Right. And I said, I had a dream Tuesday morning. I get up and I tell my wife that, hey, we can have a problem. We can have 3 murders. And 3 murders take place.
Wow. Wow.
And it's gone to 6 now. I say in a week time it was 6. What the government need to do? Get rid of the Christian Council, them white boys or whoever it is.
The Privy Council. The Privy
Privy
Council.
Council, throw them on the side, and let's get serious with this crime.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Mr. Bunker, I get something, but I can't release it.
Okay.
I gotta release it. I was trying to get a appointment with the Prime Minister
Okay.
for months and months, and you know I can't get turned down.
Really?
And there's something concerning. We have you get a little piece of what I'm going to with sharing, but I can't get the same. I don't know why.
Well, at the moment he is out of country. I'm certain that you should not give up. God is going to allow you to see him.
Yeah, but if I see him, Mr. Monka, and something what you said,
Yes.
I think I 100% that way to this island.
I thank you for your kind support. You're a good
Yeah,
man.
anyhow, y'all too take care now and anything.
Yes, you too.
So
Take
well, my
care now.
brother.
Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live. Do us a favor, please. Could you turn your radio down, please? The noise in the background. Welcome to Freedom March Caller. All right, let's try another call. Welcome to.
I have a couple of questions from Mr. Monica.
Go ahead.
Reference to this martial law.
Yes.
If we close down this country, like you say,
Not the country. Not the
but
country.
you know, what you have to do?
The New Providence, the island, the spots where the murders take place. Not the country. Just New Providence.
I say New Providence, if we close down New Providence,
If
how
we-
long
If we close
to close
that,
down for? And then what's going to happen to the tourists? This is a tourist-oriented,
No,
you know,
it will not.
destination.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do about
no.
that?
It will not
Affect.
tourism.
Only the Negroes.
Essentially, you have to look at what is happening. We had a woman who was murdered last night.
I know that.
We can't have that in this society. That is affecting all of us. That's undermining. So with martial law, pardon?
Is it affect the tourists eventually?
Yeah.
Yes. So with martial law, you lock the place down. The police know who the suspects are. You arrest them. You don't need no warrant. So the commissioner of police don't have to wake me up all hour of the night to ask me to sign anything. He would have the power to arrest, detain, and bring no charges until we clean it up. Okay?
I see, yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, too, you want to use good sense with it, just like how they had the lockdowns and the roadblocks, right? If you can't give the police a good reason why you should be on the streets 12 o'clock or 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, then that's an issue. Of course, we know people who are traveling.
Lockdown and such.
Well,
You're only gonna have
controlling movement.
rules and regulations.
Yeah,
Control
restrict-
people
yeah.
moving from point A to
Yeah,
point
yeah.
B, and they ain't got nowhere to go.
And arresting the criminal suspect. So if they suspected that you and I have committed a serious crime, then they need only come for you and come for me.
I hear that.
All right.
They ain't
That's-
coming for me 'cause I ain't committing no
Yeah,
crime.
but it
Okay,
ain't for you.
then.
It ain't for you. Yes, ma'am. All right, take care. Welcome to Freedom March Caller. You're live.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Ms. Montero, tell me, what's the penalty for having an illegal gun?
I can't precisely say what it is, but you know, from time to time they may give you 2 years,
2 years,
3
yeah.
years, I don't know.
2 years and 1 year for each bullet.
I think we need to work on stiffer penalties if you found
Yes.
a legal gun.
Yes.
Yes.
And because if most of the murders are committed by gun, we should get serious about people who are found with illegal guns
Firearms, yeah.
and give them 10
Stuff-
years, and
yeah.
give them some serious time for
Yeah.
possession.
Yeah.
If it's going to take a little while before we get hanged, at least if we catch you with a gun, we can put you away for a long time.
Right.
Now,
Right.
the society and community, we should get together on that and, put some pressure on the government to get serious and give these people some serious
Stiffer
time.
penalties. Okay.
Now, the marijuana issue, what do you think the government is now with the marijuana issue?
Well, it is my hope and prayer that Bahamian parents will tell the government not to legalize this dangerous dope.
That's right.
It's affecting little baby children in Grand Bahama. In many of our private schools, the young students have gone into the pastry industry, baking dope cake, and take it from me, this kind of dope we are seeing coming into the island, that's the dope that will cause you to commit murder.
All killers smoke dope.
Really?
All killers smoke dope.
Well, you support my scientific argument.
Yes, sir.
So we have to tell the government no to dope.
And let's get the stiffer penalty. If you got to sign something to get the government to, if we can't hang the people who kill him, let's give them some serious time for having done.
Listen, that is true, but we can hang them. There is provision
Okay.
to hang them, but when we call the martial law, then the government will convene parliament and pass a law outlawing the Privy Council. It's simple as that. Yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
Well, keep up the good work, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, and stick with this fellow for time, man. 10 years for good.
Absolutely. We agree.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much, caller. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My suggestion, these gangsters have already signed their name in blood. They don't care about hanging. They don't care about living. They don't care about no one.
Right.
Right now, back in the day, we had people like Rastafari, we had people like Lil Ounce, and we got rid of them. Take the handcuffs off the police officers, dismantle that complaint unit, select the slave tailors, the beat Jews, and then put them on the streets and see how far the streets will clean up.
It's like an eradication squad.
I grew up in Baintown. I know about those fellas. I could name a list of them that was gotten rid of. We need that back.
Okay.
No more cream puffs.
All right. Thank you,
Thank
caller.
you for your
Thanks so much.
observations.
Okay, bye-bye. 323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March, call. You're live.
Yeah, good afternoon, President Ryder.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Senator Manka.
So,
Senator Manka, you know, an astute lawyer by the name of Wayne, what do you name, Roosevelt Monroe?
are you referring to the Minister of National Security?
Yes, I am.
Oh, yes, I do know him.
Who happens to be a very good friend of yours.
My minister.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, my memory serves me correct. Prior to the minister ascending to higher office, he exposed the exact things we needed to do in order to execute capital punishment, the impediment, he said, what needed to be removed. So maybe what you need to go do, Mr. Martin, go sit down with Mr. Monroe and ask him to tell you what needs to do so we can remove it, because it seems like now can't get it done. You understand?
I do.
Now with martial law means the substitution of civilian rule for military rule
Yes.
temporary.
Yes.
And what constitutes that is a national disaster, national insurrection, or a national pandemic.
Yes.
You understand? So that's the only way you could implement martial
Well,
law. A couple of fellas running around here.
lawlessness and murders
They have
and
to
terror.
be-
No. Lawlessness and murders That's it. Okay?
No. Yeah. Listen, I was ex-military.
I'm going to let you go to court after martial law, but we're going to have martial law. Then you could challenge the constitutionality of it afterward. But you're a good man. I thank you. And I'm going to ask the minister if we could sit down again.
Yeah, something to think about. Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
We understand what he was saying. We understand that. All right, thank you so much, caller. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Hey, Spiritual.
Yes.
Good afternoon, how you doing?
Good afternoon. Okay.
And good afternoon, Senator, how you doing?
Sir, I'm fine.
It's been a while.
Yes.
Now look here, I don't support anyone taking any of my constitutional rights away from me.
Then
I don't support that at all.
don't
in any way,
commit
shape, or form.
don't commit murder, don't rape,
Absolutely not.
don't rob.
Absolutely not.
So you will
And
not
so-
be affected.
And so I want to discourage Spiritual from spreading that evil message, because that's a message that represents someone who is not saved.
What's the
And
evil
how to
message?
lead up the women now.
What's the evil message?
That evil message of encouraging persons to give up their constitutional rights.
Are you talking
People
about-
already mentioned that garbage with the former
No,
president.
no, no, no,
you're
no,
talking
no,
about
no,
martial
no,
law.
no. There
Martial law,
must
curfew.
be martial law.
Yeah.
The
Give
reputation-
Give you martial law.
Pardon?
Give you martial law only.
The
For
country-
rest of us will retain our constitutional rights
Anyway, I'll meet you.
at the Eastern Gate.
Amen. Do well.
All right.
Okay.
Boy, I tell you. 323-7775 is the number to call. Welcome to Freedom March, call. You're live.
Good afternoon, spiritual advisor. Good afternoon, Mr. Manta.
Yes,
Sir.
good afternoon. How are
How you
you?
are doing today?
We're fine.
Okay, Mr. Manta.
Sir,
I want to ask you a question.
go ahead.
What is the voice of the voice in terms of the death penalty?
That is bad English that the Privy Council fool you Negroes with. There's nothing called the voice of the voice. It's either the voice, but it can't be the voice of the voice. And I went to C.C. Sweeting. But fortunately for me, Mr. Archer did learn good English in England.
Do you know that members of parliament, right?
Yes?
Many of them who are lawyers, or their companies are lawyers, they represent many of these criminals who create all these heinous acts and all these crimes.
Yes, I'm aware.
So what are we going to do about that?
Well, don't forget
Entitled legal.
what
Go ahead.
well, the law makes provision for them to represent who they want to represent.
yeah.
That is why we are advocating martial law. We are advocating the death penalty. So if you want to represent a murderer, you are free to do so, but we are asking for the impediments that prevents the state from hanging him to be moved. And we're calling for martial law, where we will lock down the streets and all the criminal suspects that are known to the police will be taken into lawful custody.
I am with you 100% with this martial law. And many of you ready to march on this hanging, I'm with you.
I thank you.
Is with you all the way.
I thank you.
Thank you,
You're
caller.
a good citizen.
Thank
you.
Welcome to Freedom March, call. You're live.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Manta, I need to ask you a question.
Go ahead, sir.
Have you all started the new prison there?
The last time I was at Her Majesty's prison, they were setting up the block making machinery, and I got distracted because I've never seen anything as big as that. So I don't know if they've started it yet, but when I last visited, they had this huge, they were going to produce like 10,000 blocks a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why I asked you that,
Yes?
hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, the reason why I asked you that because I'm an ex-policeman.
Okay.
And I've never been up there to jail since I come off the force.
Okay.
And with what I understood from a couple of police friends of mine, the amount of gangs they have in this little town, we need place to put them.
Okay.
Because though you say you catch them and put them amongst those good set up there that cause problem, you need to put them in a separate area. Because these serious time calls for serious action.
But this is going to be a super prison. This is going to be very super, and the only way you can escape if there's a good earthquake.
Yeah, and please don't get them no toilet. Cause if you get them toilet, you gotta give them space out. You can't give them close up because they'll do all kinds of things.
No, there's special super toilets.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, caller.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
323-775 is the number to call.
Hello?
Welcome to Freedom March.
Hi, good day.
Hello.
I was saying Saturday and Sunday, our key, the bathroom was closed, the bathroom break down.
The bathroom
So we
was
had to
closed?
yeah, but Saturday and Sunday, when we had the new ship over here.
Really?
Really?
Do you know Levon Miller?
Mr. Mogoman, I called the news so you would start blasting.
I want you to listen to me. I'm going to blast, but do you know Levon Miller?
Yes, Paul.
He is a wonderful citizen. I'm going to send you to speak to him, and you tell Levon, I say, if you don't fix them bathroom, I'm going to be upset, okay?
Yes, Paul.
And I will case and carry on. But he's a good man. Go see him.
Yes, I will do.
He's
Mr.
one.
Mogoman,
Yes?
I have a next, query.
Go ahead.
Like, since there's nobody was hang the people, what if we give them to the fishermen and, let the fishermen carry them out there somewhere?
Well, the problem is they may murder the fishermen and escape.
But it will be more fishermen than them.
No, we have to follow the law.
We'll
We
follow
gotta
the law,
hang
yeah,
them,
yeah.
okay?
All right, then.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Paul.
You do well, my dear, and be safe.
Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How you doing?
Good
We're
afternoon.
fine.
Yes, sir. Mr. Malcolm, Mr. Roll, how y'all doing?
We're doing
We're
well,
fine,
thank
sir.
you.
Okay, what would be the duration of the martial law, Mr. Malcolm?
Well, that all depends. It could be for 6 months if the commissioner could clean up within 6 months. It might be for 3 months if he can, or we may have to go for a year. But the
All right, sir.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always saying we got to think outside the box. I
Yes.
mean, that's the way of thinking outside the box.
Yes.
So, if we could get results, positive results from it,
Why not?
Take it from me.
Okay, Mr. Malcolm, Mr. Rowe, I'm not upset how you degraded the herbs, though, because I'm a old school smoker way back from '82, sir.
When you say herbs, you're talking about
Marijuana. Yes, sir.
it's very
The difference, right? I just
Yeah.
want to tell you the difference of the marijuana. Back in the day,
yeah.
the marijuana came from Colombia. It was called Colombian gold.
Okay.
That's in the early 80s. When we got to the 80s, it became Santamania, and that's what we call Peter Green.
Okay.
The marijuana, what these young ones smoke in the day, is hydroponic. It comes out of America.
Okay.
Laced and sprayed, and it's got all kind of chemicals on it.
Okay.
So I just wanted to clarify that.
Well, while I hear your submission, I want you to know from my investigation, all the marijuanas are dangerous.
I understand that, though, Mr. Malcolm.
You failed to tell me about the marijuana of the 60s.
No, I'm understanding you, but what I'm saying, right?
Why have you?
Because I smoke. I don't know if you smoked way back in the 80s, but I smoked.
I never
a lot of
smoke.
weed back then.
I never smoked.
We never thought about harming anyone.
Okay.
We got what we call a good high. Either we went to work or we went to sleep.
Okay.
That was the difference. It was not chemicalized. It was not laced with anything. It was not sprayed with anything.
Okay.
Just came out of Colombia or Jamaica and earlier compressed,
Okay.
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
But and like you said, all marijuana is bad if you smoke it too much. I concur with that.
And not only that, you just go crazy.
But Mr. Malcolm, what I'm saying again,
Right.
the stuff they're smoking now
Yeah.
is directly out of hydroponics out of the States.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. So
Anything come out of the States is laced and sprayed.
But when
Okay.
I appoint a committee,
we can have you on it.
you would be able to come
You still smoking?
with the permission.
No, I don't smoke. I stopped smoking
You
12
stopped-
years ago.
you stopped
I
smoking?
Good.
I wouldn't advise nobody to smoke. If I
Good.
was so bad, I would have never smoked.
Okay.
Good.
They took
Okay.
it as a tea or drink it or something.
Good.
Okay.
But I will never smoke.
You're
Okay.
a good man. God bless you and spread the word.
Thank you, caller.
Yes, sir.
No to drugs.
All right. Let's.
Good evening.
Yeah. Welcome to Freedom March.
Special advisor, Mr. Randy Manka.
So,
Good evening.
I'm calling from Harbor Island.
welcome.
Welcome.
I was understanding you just now something about martial law.
Yes.
If the government go into martial law, don't you think that will affect our person product?
No.
Well, the next question I have to speak about, Mr. Manka.
Yes.
Mr. Spiritual
advice to Mr. Malcolm. We have a problem on Harbor Island. I saw Mr. Monroe here the other day.
What problem do you have on Harbor Island?
We have a legal problem that the government needs to address.
Yes.
To fix this problem on Harbor Island.
What problem do you have?
A Haitian problem.
Are there really?
That when they tear down the shanty towns, Harbor Island look like they got the wave of them to come here.
Okay.
Wow.
And I wanted to speak with Mr. Monroe, but I didn't get to see him to the meeting.
Okay.
I'm a straight speaking man. If the government is not gonna look into this problem that Harbor Island got,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this to the government and my party that if they're not gonna straighten this mess up on Harbor Island, they need to start registering them to vote for them. Because Harbor Island people just can't even get jobs for these people. The village residents just hiring these people for petty change. That everywhere you go, I am a painter, I am a cab driver.
Let me ask you a question. Hold on. They do not have any work permit?
Mr. Mocha, you need to visit Harbor Island.
But listen to that question for me. Do they have work permits?
No! I see the other day they had a road block here, and VI passes in the daytime, the road was scattered. So that means that everybody's not straight.
Listen.
Okay. We hear you, caller.
I come to Harbor Island. The last time I was at Harbor Island, I was welcomed into one of the biggest Haitian church.
How much more time we have?
I'm going to come to Harbor Island and we can talk, okay? What's your name?
No, it's off. Let's take this last call quickly. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live. You got 30 seconds.
Good morning, Mr. Senator Advandi Road.
Good morning.
Yes.
That he can regards to the words of the words if you kill a police.
Go ahead.
The people going to tell him, you must tell us what is your words to the words. And Papa tell him, if you kill an access to the police, you will be hanged. I remember the clear as day.
Okay.
Okay.
And what we need, right? We need a good prosecutor who have never tasted big crime money. Like, you know, like the state of the AG.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
The prosecutor and the federal judge.
Okay, thank you. We run out of time. Sorry about that. I'm so sorry.
Well, my spiritual
Call us
advisor,
tomorrow.
it appears that the public will support martial law.
Well,
And I think we should push it.
but what you should do, though, get legal counsel first on it.
I am
We'll
legal
discuss it tomorrow.
counsel. This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Acting Prime Minister Chester Cooper, it's time to declare martial law, lock down the country, and take the criminals into custody. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save martial law.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Munker, his guests, and callers on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2020. All rights are reserved. Freedom March is powered by BTC.